Hi everyone, I'm just going to share with you how I made my flowers that I made last night and put a video up. I have been asked if I was going to do a tutorial. I wasn't going to, but they are so quick and easy that I thought, you know what, I will. So I made a bunch of flowers similar to this, and some paper ones, and some little rosette ones, and then I used, this was material and this was ribbon. Floristry ribbon. So it's got a it's kind of waxy to feel, because it's floristry ribbon is generally waterproof. So the same method was used to make these. So I won't do like the material and the ribbon. I'll just do the ribbon, and then I'll show you how to do these. And hopefully I'll get these done in the 15 minutes that I can use on my iPhone. Excuse me. So I will start with this, Simples. I have already prepared one, but I will just quickly show you how I done this. I cut a piece of, this was from some 12 by 12 paper, and I have cut a strip off measuring this way 3/4 of an inch. I don't have a Martha Stewart scoring board or anything, so I'm just using this and my embossing tool, and I'm hoping, now you're going to see this kind of at the wrong angle, but I'm just marking it at every 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just using the thinnest stylus, end of the stylus, and just marking it, then sliding that along to the 1/4 inch mark and doing it again, and so on until you have the whole length done. Now I'm not sure if you can see that. It's easiest to see it on that side than it is this side. So like I said, you just go all the way along, measuring at, scoring at 1/4 of an inch. I can't actually zoom in on this camera, so like so. I'll put that away. One I done earlier. So I used my glossy accents just to adhere the edges, and no doubt this will be blocked up because it normally is when I want to use it. So let's unblock this, and because it's patterns, I am going to do this side here. So all you're doing is join it together and making sure obviously this kind of accordion fold is all going to sit neatly. So I'm just going to put a little dab of this, and this dries really quickly, so it doesn't take long at all. So I'm going to put that in there, hold that there. Now on this one I've got a tiny little bit going over, so I'm just going to actually snip that off because that will affect my flower or my rosette. So I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds. I did do this with hot glue. I have got my hot glue gun on, but the amount of times I burnt my fingers was unreal. So once that's set, I've now got a little square piece of cardstock. But what I'm going to do is, if you put your fingers all the way around and then just kind of push it into the middle and just hold it like that for a minute to give it some shape. Can you see? So it's just like that. Now my hot glue is nice and hot, so I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle here, because this is where I plan to, whoops, it's gone over now. So I just set this over the top, squeeze it in, making sure all the bits actually hit the glue in the middle, and then just keep a little bit of pressure on there, just for a few seconds, just so that it takes. So there we go, that's that. And then just a gem. You can add, you know, like maybe a small scalloped circle, or you know, some designer paper on the top, and then, or metal embellishment. So that's that. Easy peasy. But now I'm going to show you how I done this one. I have actually sewn the lace together because I'm really rubbish at sewing. That was probably the longest part, trying to sew that together, because me and needles and cotton just really don't get on. So I'm now covered in glue strands. So I used 4 of these, which is the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals, which is, if you can see, it's this one. It's kind of like the second size up, going from the smallest obviously. So I fold it in half, like so, and then I fold it again, but before I fold it over I put a dab of glue in there, fold it over and squeeze. I hope you can see that. So I fold it in half, let me put this down, fold it in half and then fold it into like a quarter. Tiny bit of glue, you only need a tiny bit because you burn yourself if you use more. So you do all 4 of these and a little bit of glue. See, this is trying to burn me now. The amount of little blisters I get on my fingers from this hot glue gun is unreal. So again, fold it into a quarter. It's easier holding it like that. Tiny bit of glue, hold it together. Then you've got your little square or a circle. I just cut a square out, so I might have to trim that down a little bit more because you don't actually need a huge, you just need something for the 4 points in the corner to stick down to. So again, you hot glue in the middle and you just put them on here like it was like 4 slices out of a pie. And you may want to kind of squeeze them in just a little bit so that there's no gaps. So that's like that. So that's what we have so far. Then your little bit of lace that you've sewn in, and what you just do is, this piece of lace here, this needle's huge, but hey ho, you would just put it in here, secure it with a kind of double stitch in here so that the end's not going to come through, and then just kind of feed it all the way through. I think I used about 18 centimetres, which is 18 centimetres is approximately just over 7 inches of lace here, and it just depends on the size of the lace as well. So you do that and then you kind of gather it all up. I think you know what I mean. So anyway, little bit of glue in the middle, and like I said, you can use any sort of lace you like, or you could use other material. And pop that on there, and there's glue everywhere. So that's that one, and that was the one that I made yesterday. I did make a black and cream one, so that's that. Now I'm going to show you this one. This is again the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals, and I cut out 2 of these. This is none of these are my idea, by the way. I've just watched videos over the years and come up with, you know, things just spring to mind sometimes. That's like, oh, I'm going to make one of these. So you get these, and what you do is you just pinch the petals in, but when you're pinching it in, you're kind of pushing it into your thumb. So you do that, and you can ink these up as well beforehand, or you can use like plain blank paper and stamp on them. You can spray them with your glimmer mists to get lovely different colours. So, I mean, this is just scraps of paper that I'm using, and then you do the same with these and push them up. I think it's Rach something or other with the numbers. She does all the mixed media art on YouTube. This is where I got this tutorial from. So now you've got them all like that, I'll kind of show you them so that you can see. So that's the shape they are now. And then, absolutely simple, use my glossy accents, a little bit in the middle, off centre them so that, you know, the gaps have now got petals going out, sliding about everywhere. And then I use my spongy bit of foam and I pop these up in here and then just go just in the middle to give them some height. And this paper is actually really thin. It's not the best paper to use, but it is just for tutorial. Dab of glue in the middle, and you can use any type of glue. Obviously using this because it's quicker for it to set, so I can show you. Let's hold that for a second. Whoops. And tiny bit on the back and pop it in the middle, and then we have a flat back pearl, a little bit of glue, and pop that in the middle. Just hold it down for a second, and we have that one. So, which is this to that. This has actually held its shape a little bit better to this one because the paper's thinner. So I hope you can see. I'm looking at the time. I've got 4 minutes to do this one. Okay, so this is about, how wide is this? About 1.5 inches. Oh, actually it's 2 inches. So I just actually fold it over. If you've got smaller ribbon, you don't have to. So now this is facing me, so you would, can't do this round the other way, so you would then fold this in like that and then start curling it round, and then you would start to twist this and bring it round just to form your like your bud in the middle. But as you go along you need to add a little bit of glue. Now whether this is this type of material or you still need to do it, otherwise it will kind of fall apart as you're going along. So to see this one probably won't work for me now. If this one's a fail, I will do another one. And it's nice that it doesn't actually look perfect, because flowers they're not supposed to look, you know, symmetrical, and they've all got their own perfect form to them. And then you just keep twisting and rolling round, and like I said, you can do this as, you know, as small if you want to do little rosebuds, or as big as you like to form, like, you know, the ones that I've already done. So a little bit of glue. So really, like every twist, a little bit of glue. Can you see it's actually starting to form its shape now? So, and this all kind of moves around, but it's fine. It's because I've got it twisted over. So it's just constantly adding the glue and twisting and just holding it slightly for a little bit. It's probably the worst flower tutorial you've ever seen, because I'm trying to make sure that you can see, and obviously this is all facing me and not you. So then twist. I'm actually going to cut this short in a minute because I'm going to go over my 15 minutes and I have problems uploading this onto my computer and stuff. So that, I'm only going to do it this size. I'm going to cut that off, fold that down, just fold that little bit down like that, and then you can trim off all these bits at the back. You can trim that off. So that's my tiny little rose compared to the huge one. So you can do them any size you like. So that's it, gotta go. All my 15 minutes are up. Thanks for watching. Any questions, just ask. Bye.